I cannot stress this enough. A lot of people are asking, how do you get your gear score up? How do you do more damage? And it's probably because y'all aren't doing Bygone Phantasm. And like, you'd be like, oh, I did Bygone, I'm on floor like 50. That's not enough. And you'd be like, but this is as far as I can go. I'm telling you right now, Bygone Phantasm's not easy for anyone. Not easy for the free-to-plays, not easy for the Dolphins, and not easy for the Whales. There are going to be floors you fail on. There are going to be floors you die on. There's going to be floors you run out of time on, just don't have enough damage. And I'll be real, just smash your head against that wall. Just keep smashing your head against that wall, failure after failure, until you finally beat it. I just did a 10-hour stream today, and half of it was Bygone. And I got 30 floors, and I'll be real, I'm playing it on the screen. It took me 2 hours to beat Frigg on floor 130. 2 hours of just trying over and over again, hoping that the RNG blesses me. I prayed in between every run, just hoping I just don't get hit by too many skill shots. And eventually, like smashing my head against fucking Frigg's fat ass so many times, I eventually learned a decent amount of mechanics and RNG aligned perfectly to do it. That being said, your build does matter. And this is something I didn't realize early on and I made a mistake, and I already made a video about this. I made multiple videos about this. However, I cannot stress this enough. Your first team should be geared towards Bygone Phantasm. Bygone Phantasm is single-handedly one of the most important content for you to clear 100%. Now, what I'm here to tell you today, it can't help that much. Because, again, there is RNG. Whatever you pull is what you pull, and that's what you gotta work with. I am showing here right now is a free-to-play build. And how it's free to play is it's just mostly standard characters like that. It's as free to play as I can make it, really. And I stole this from one of my guildmates. He doesn't really do Bygone anymore, but it was like on the second day he got to floor 110 as a free to play. And this was his team. Minus Tsubasa, his team was King, Meryl, Shiro. It doesn't make a lot of sense. It doesn't follow any of the build rules of a Shatterer and a Charger. It's just a bunch of Shatterers. But the thing is Bygone is a lot of AoE. You need a lot of AoE damage. Yes, there's boss floors, but in between you need a lot of AoE damage and a lot of shattering. So that's how that build works, is they just use King and Meryl to do a bunch of AoE damage, and then they'd pull out Shiro with a bunch of mobs grouped up. They put the cage down, start dodge attacking to build up chakrams, and it just charge up so fast because you're just hitting so many mobs. Now, yes, I say to use Shiro and I'm using Tsubasa here. That's because this is a boss. And it spent me an hour, 2 hours-ish to beat this boss. During those like 2 hours, I was sitting here swapping in and out of weapons. Yes, it's a pain in the ass to build multiple weapons. But the thing is the loot from Bygone is that important that I'm willing to build multiple weapons and try them out just to get even a little bit further in Bygone. You can get equipment and matrices and weapons from multiple things, but the little modules and the little capsules you get from Bygone, you just can't get anywhere else. The only other place you can get them is the dust shop. And I'm already maxed out for the fucking, I think it's weekly refresh, it might be monthly. I already maxed out and bought as many as I could. So I'm desperate here to just get a little bit further in Bygone. Now, if you really need to, yes, you can wait for the daily limits to increase. So that way you can level up your weapons and matrices further. However, that sets a bad precedence. You need to constantly be testing your limits in Bygone to see how far you can go. Because if you just wait for daily limit, daily reset to level up your weapons, then that just puts you a day behind. Because guess what? If everyone else in your weekly competitive group to get the loot They also get the fucking daily and weekly resets and bullshit and level up their weapon and matrices. Except they're further than you, and their build works better than you. So I'm not saying you have to use King, Meryl, Shiro. It's just keep in mind that you need to be doing more Bygone, even if you fail. No matter how many times you fail, you just need to keep going. And like, just keep in mind, like, if this is like a new player watching this, try to gear your team as much as you can towards Bygone. That means as much AoE damage as you can get, and then maybe like one single target DPS to just have in the slide to switch off if you need to. To be honest, I don't show it on this video, but I did beat a different boss later on with just pure AoE team with Shiro, King, and Mayor. Meryl. So, that's all I wanted to say. I literally cannot preach this enough because this is a problem most players have and they don't realize that they need to just do more Bygone. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed the video. This is less of a guide and more of a do fucking Bygone message. But if you did like the video, like, comment, subscribe to the YouTube, come check out the Twitch. I'll be honest, I can't tell you what hours I stream. It's literally just whenever I wake up till whenever I'm burnt out and need to go touch grass. Hope y'all have a good one and see you tomorrow.